What's up, Team Gang Friends? Vin here. I'm sweating, went to the weight room, and I did in fact exercise. Saw a retired MOS, a retired member of the service, a retired New York City police officer. Got into talking, right? Good to see good people. So yesterday's Memorial Day, and today is back to the grind for so many Americans. At the turn of this century, in 1900, 90% of Americans owned their own business and worked for themselves, and only 10% worked for other people. Now at the turn of the 20th century, it's flipped, and 10% of people work for themselves, and 90% of people work for other people, and they're literally not free. They're not free, and they're not pursuing free enterprise, which is our God-given right. And the educational institutions say that they shouldn't. They're teaching people to be worker drones in the collective, and this is what they've learned. They didn't teach people this in the 1800s and 1900s. They didn't throw tea in the harbor of Boston for job security. They didn't do that. Most people will celebrate Memorial Day, and we will memorialize those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, the ultimate price, to give us the ability to pursue freedom, to pursue free enterprise. But most people don't utilize that right. And then they go and they complain about people who come here illegally for the social programs. See, we're no longer a capitalist society. There's bits and pieces of it left, but it's up to the people to take advantage of that. It's up to the people. You know, capitalism is taking the capital and putting it in the hands of the people. But yet most people will continue to be worker drones in the collective and go and trade time for money at a job. And I'm not knocking that. I did that my whole life until I was introduced to free enterprise, which is the only thing mathematically that can give people freedom. See, being free isn't, I'm free. All right, that's not it. I mean, if people have to go to work, we did the math with a very close friend of mine recently, who just recently, at the age of 70, retired, okay? And he retired, and now he's retired. So we did the math. How much? He paid $240 a month for the express bus, okay? He commuted 18 hours per week, drove an express bus for 40 years. He commuted for 40 years. So on the express bus, 18 hours. His waking hours, 72.5% of waking hours during the week were spent commuting or at work. So he can have enough money to pay to keep a roof over his head. All right? What's the difference? See, if you're not financially free, if you're not free, then what are you? It's either one or the other. All right? Or are you not free, but you're pursuing freedom? For people to not pursue freedom and to complain about politics or the snowflakes or whatever, or the illegals that come here that want their handout, and this is why they're coming here. They come in here for the socialist society that's here, from politicians that'll say, if you vote for me, I'll give you stuff. I will steal your dignity, okay, but I'll give you a little something for your vote. Because guess what? It's not even real money anyway. We're going to print it up. We're not even going to print it. It's digital. We're just going to send it to you via computer. It's just a video game. And, you know, so this is what happens too. They give you money for your mortgage, for your car payment, for your credit cards, for your student loans. It's not even real. And they're going to say, okay, now go service that with your labor for the remainder of your life. Most people will trade labor to service debt that was created out of thin air. But they want to instead talk about the big game, or complain about politics, or complain about some video that's out there, instead of literally pursuing freedom. You know why? Because it's hard. Or I'm sorry, they say it's hard. What makes it hard is that most people don't get it because their broke school teacher didn't tell them this. Or they've been institutionalized so long in the education system of America, so long that their brain is so compromised with stuff that was filled in it to memorize stuff. My kids went to school. Jen says, go learn. I'm like, go forget. Go memorize whatever the hell they want you to memorize. Take some good stuff from it, of course. Wah. But forget most of that crap so you have an open mind to put in things that matter, values that matter, principles that matter, common sense, business sense that matters. Wealth is measured by time, not money. What's residual? What's earned? What's the tax laws around it? I mean, you got to have common effing sense here at some point, right? I was a worker drone in the collective my entire life because I was taught that by society. Go get a safe, secure job and a pension and benefits. Go get a safe, secure job and a pension and benefits. Good, grateful for it. And most people I know that have that are broke. The people that are teaching the kids are broke. The elites that run the world are fixed it that way. So you could be a worker drone in the collective. It's facts. If it's not, then what is, right? So this is why it's like, I'm excited about freedom. I'm excited to have an open mind. I'm thrilled at the fact that I didn't get bogged down with crap that they were trying to put into my head. And then they call personal development brainwashing. They've taught people that if you plug into professional development, personal development, and pursue happiness and do something that's out of the ordinary, you've been brainwashed. People are getting hip to it. This is what I love about it now, because the internet makes it like the truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. I'll see you at the top.